The team that Clancy is currently working with is in Zurich, and his hours have been from 4 to 8 this morning, and then his regular job. So it was a really early morning. You know, alarms shouldn't go off when there's still a 3 in the first digit, let me tell you. So we've got coffee, and we've got toast and an egg, and just trying to get going today. And our weather changed again. More snow, and not sure if you can see it, but that snow is still coming down. It did it all night, and we need to get out there and shovel again. It's not too bad, but it's cold again. So much winter, and Christmas hasn't even hit yet, which usually we tend to wait at least into November to get all of this weather. But every once in a while we have a really cold Christmas. I'm hoping that it's not actually cold this year, because cold Christmases are harder to get out and look at lights and stuff like that. I won't lie. It's so much nicer when it's, snowy and white and, -6 tops. We've moved on to Nanaimo bars. I did make some maple cookies. The dough has to sit out here. I made them yesterday. We're going to try out maple cookies to add to the cookie trays. How is it? What are you eating? Do you know what that is?
Custard?
It has bird's custard powder in it. What are these going to be?
Nanaimo bars.
Nanaimo bars. So we have our bottom layer, because they're 3 layers. If you haven't tried a Nanaimo bar, you should. They're delicious. They have a chocolatey graham crust layer, an icing type layer, and then chocolate on top. And they're really, really sweet. And we're not going to eat all of these. They are going out in cookie trays, so don't worry about our hearts. It will be okay. But anyway, you layer after layer, 3 layers, and they're really, really good. I will link the recipe down below. I will try to link all of the recipes that I'm doing so far. We did the cookie press cookies. They turned out okay. Some of them turned out pretty good. I've got my maple cookies here, like I said, and then I have our Nanaimo bars going. We just have to spread this middle layer on. Are you done with that one? So I'm going to use my spreader here. I think it will work better. And we'll just spread these out. This is thick stuff. And the bird's custard powder is what gives it that bright yellow color. And like I said the other day when we were sledding, if you don't have anywhere that makes them near you and you don't want to make your own, come on over. I'll feed you. We're good at feeding lots of people in this house. We do it all the time, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Lots of people.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Now it just waits for the chocolate layer. I started packing away the maple cookies and then realized that I had not shown you guys. They are delicious. You can ice them, but apparently you're better off to freeze them and then ice them when you take them out and thaw them out. So they have both maple extract and maple syrup in them. And with these ones like this, you can kind of see that there was like a blob of maple syrup, I guess, that kind of melted out when I baked them. Here's another one. Had to play with how long to bake them. This is a very first cookie. And then these ones were baked a little bit longer. So these ones are quite chewy. And these ones are chewy on the inside, but they taste delicious. And it's another day on the farm. Not really. We live in the town. But it is day 2 of Clancy working from 4 to 8, and then his regular job from 8 until, man, he was supposed to be off yesterday. He's not good at getting off of work early. It's not his strong point. He still worked a regular day. It is so cold outside. It is feeling like -30, and it just keeps snowing, and it's supposed to snow most of the day. The girls have a Awana tonight, so I'm hoping that it slows down so that it's not too hard to get there tonight, because it's a bit of a distance, and it's on the big main highway that runs through Alberta, so it is not always a pleasant drive. You wouldn't believe it, but driving across the prairie in the winter is just as bad as driving on winter roads in the mountains, because here the wind blows and it polishes off the top of the road and it just turns it into sheer ice, and it's not super fun. So I never did finish those Nanaimo bars yesterday. Girls are still in bed. Tiggy is still, I'm trying to let her sleep in so that maybe she can sleep off the last little bits of being sick. So, full fridge. Never something to complain about. I still have these Nanaimo bars, so I'm going to put that top layer on them. Gonna make some breakfast for Clancy and I. Maybe get some coffee going, try and get this morning started. One of my new obsessions is beeswax candles, and I don't have apparently I don't have a match that lights. There we go. I don't have a good candle holder, so I am using this cute little jar that Tegan made when she was in kindergarten. Seems kind of fitting for the season, but I keep having to drip wax into the bottom. You can see there's red and there's yellow. Even has her name on the bottom. So I'm going to drip some wax into the bottom here and get this candle stuck in so that, I don't know, there's just something about having a little candle burning when it's super cold outside. And we're getting going in the morning. If you love beeswax candles, comment below because they are just the best. Hey, why not burn a candle and clean the air? I think that's the part that sold me, is knowing that you could clean the air. Okay, hold it in tight. And we're good. And just so you know what cold looks like, it looks like that. I just have to give you that, I don't know, daily peek into the backyard so that you can see how much we're suffering over here. You can see that the shoveling didn't get done either. It's too cold. Got my chocolate. I think I heated it up enough. So much chocolatey goodness, and it was all over my hands because of the handle falling in, but you know what? It's way too early in the morning to eat chocolate, so we're not going to go there. But this is a completed pan of Nanaimo bars. Hopefully at some point when we cut it up, I will be able to show you. It's got that dark chocolate layer on the bottom, then it's got that bright yellow layer, and then it has a thin layer of chocolate on top. So good. And now back to breakfast, coffee, potatoes, all those things. We usually have farm eggs. I have to say that I think our family actually keeps this one family that raises chickens in business because we go through so many eggs. Well, we ran out, and they live out by my parents, which is 4 hours away. So we've been eating store-bought eggs. Addison has stopped eating eggs altogether. I think I may have too. I'm going to try this morning. So potatoes that I did up in the Instant Pot the other night, and they were done after supper. They were for supper. That didn't work out very well. They took way too long. And store-bought anemic looking eggs. After having farm eggs with bright yellow yolks, these are such a disappointment, but an egg sounds good with potatoes, so we're going to give it a try anyway. It is many hours later, like it's time to start making supper over here. I did manage to get my Nanaimo bars all cut up and put in a container and tucked away, so they don't get eaten before Christmas. I made my mom's whipped shortbread recipe because it's the kids' favorite whipped shortbread recipe. I tried one last year and it didn't work, as you can see. These ones turned out really well, so I'm happy with that. And I prepped some butter chicken earlier on today. It has been marinating, and I'm about ready to pull that out and start putting together supper because it is Awana. I don't know if Tiggy is feeling well enough to go. She did have a nap. She actually fell asleep and had a good rest. And Addison, she's definitely good to go. So we just have to kind of figure that out as the evening goes on here. I guess we've got like an hour, so I better get cracking on that butter chicken, otherwise it's not going to happen. Okay, show me some baking love. We won't take note of the crumbs that fell off of it immediately. Something about whipped shortbread, right?
It's delicious though.
Kieran said it's delicious like eating drywall mud.
Yes.
And chalk.
Yeah.
That sounds delicious, doesn't it?
If it was just a little bit more baked, then maybe.
So it was a little harder?
Yeah, a little harder.
I can't even tell you how excited we all are about this. The smell of it already, even while it's raw, is just so good. So all we're gonna do is cook it up. I'm so excited. So I have to show the finished product. We have the butter chicken. We have the rice. And on top of it, we made flatbread. I had help. Caden was a good helper. Managed to get Addie off to Awana. Tiggy got some daddy time. It is so cold outside. Feels like minus 33 with the wind chill. It's about minus 25, minus 27, somewhere around there. And then tomorrow morning, we're supposed to wake up to it a bit warmer. And then by tomorrow afternoon, we're supposed to be at 0 again. So we're very excited for a couple of warm days. We've got some fun things coming up. So be sure to stay around and watch for other videos coming out because we've got some fun Christmas things coming up.